Alright, what's going on, guys? This is the trade that I took on Thursday, and I'll go over the logic that I took, or that I missed out on Friday. So, here is the framework that I was working off of. I was looking potentially for longs after price. I was looking for a continuation of Monday this week into these highs to catch up to ES. That never happened. And so, when Wednesday closes, after failing to take these highs, creating that SMT with NASDAQ, it closed all the way back inside the range. That is not bullish. I'm now looking for Tuesday's low, so previous daily low, and I'm looking for that daily fair value gap and potentially this low down here, which we can mark out. So going to the 4 hour, we can frame the reversal here with this change in the state of delivery, and that would be a potential reversal, and then this would confirm what we're looking for. So when this candle starts to displace through, and then we can go the hourly, and we finally start to get these closures through here, then this is where I'm looking to frame my trade into this low. So we go back into replay mode. I did take this pre-market, and I was looking at the 15-minute chart, and this is what I was looking at here. I noticed that this 15-minute fair value gap got respected up here, and this was prior to that 1 hour CSD that I was looking at. So I saw this and this huge displacement. This, to me, is showing that I am on the right side of the draw on liquidity. So now I'm waiting for that second entry. And I wasn't looking at the charts yet. I wasn't even awake at 5:30 yet. But I saw price was sitting in this large 15-minute fair value gap, and I was just waiting for this 15-minute CSD here, which we got. Notice how this one fails, just because this 15-minute CSD was never created yet until this candle. So this area of price is what I was looking at. Short-term high ran out, and then we got that second continuation signature right here. Right at 8:30, so I went to the 5-minute, saw this 5-minute fair value gap, waited for this, got this candle closure. That was my entry, right at the low of the wick. This was my short. Stop loss was right here, and TP was 2R, which was through the low, and this got hit immediately. That was my trade for that day. And this is just why I like using these order blocks if I can get like on the 5-minute, because I don't really know where this fair value gap is necessarily going to hold, right? You can just short the low and then put your stop above here, but not the biggest fan of that because sometimes it can retrace deep, etc. So I just like having a swing point as my invalidation point. But that's literally as simple as it gets. Understanding that the draw is now lower, seeing that the 4 hour is now turning bearish, seeing that the 1 hour is also turning bearish, and then the 15-minute, this really here, this very shallow retracement, and then this dump at 4 a.m. really showed me that I should be looking for shorts into these lows, and that was my one trade for the day. And what you could have taken after when 9:30 printed was actually this. And again, if you fail to manipulate, which is this is the only low, the only relevant low that's going to offer a potential reversal. Notice what 9:30 does. Open highs and then gives you that 5-minute CSD. This is a short entry. You can short right on the closure, stop loss at the high. I would 100% recommend using the high as a stop loss when you're trading right around market open, and then of course you can target 2R. And we also have that drawdown here on the daily. We can use this so you can actually see it, and you can use that as a potential draw as well. But 2R, I believe, gets hit very fast. Price was very heavy this day, and so you would have got hit for 2R and then break even on any runners, but that would have been a very nice trade as well. And if you would have never been break even, obviously, if you don't do that, then price continued to give some really nice follow through lower. But both trades, very nice. Logic for Friday, this is what I was looking at. So Friday, or this is Thursday, so this is a large expansion. We're going to now look for this low, because this is now invalidated any long from Monday's potential continuation, and now this is the only low left that needs to be taken for then a potential move back higher. So 4 hour, all very bearish. If we go into Friday, we can see that this low was hit overnight. So going into the day, this low was actually hit, I believe, around like market open. We play this, yeah. So here is the low was hit at 7 a.m. And once this is hit, I wasn't even on the charts yet. Once this low is hit, now I'm waiting to see what happens. And at this point in time, the only place of reversal is going to be this low, and the only volatility driver that we have is 9:30 because there's no news since the government's shut down. So notice what 9:30 does. One more drop lower, that would be that Judas swing running out the short-term low, and then expands higher. So this could literally be an entry. Not for me, just because of the market structure that we've been in, but understanding that this is the absolute, should now be a protected swing. Now I'm looking for a continuation entry. So this day was just a little weirder for me. I knew where, I had a good feeling of where price was going. This is that EQ, the hourly range. So when price hit that, I was looking for price to sort of slow down, and I was waiting for a continuation signature. So ideally, I wanted this 5-minute CSD here, but price continued to fail. But on the 3-minute, actually gave the setup. So I don't love taking like order blocks like this that look this small. I don't love that. ES was actually stronger here towards the end, and this is the setup that I actually missed out on. We got the CSD there. You can see how EQ of the range is being respected on ES as well. This is why you want to wait for that continuation signature. We get the closure above, telling that we now should continue higher, and we have the 18, the new day opening price, and then these highs, all these relative equal highs. See how this is like a consolidation that price left behind? That's where price is most likely going. Same thing with NASDAQ. And so the 5-minute CSD is what I was waiting for on NASDAQ, just because I wanted both pairs to be correlated, and this ended up leaving me behind. I was trying to get an entry off of here, off the high of this. I got missed by like, yeah, I missed by like 3 points, and then price ended up hitting all of my draws and liquidity. So it's just an unfortunate day. I could have used the 3-minute, which I saw a lot of people who I follow took, or I also could have just taken ES on the 5-minute. But just something that I have to work on. ES, I don't really love when the other pair that I'm anticipating was the stronger one starts to lag behind. So just something that I have to work on, trusting the marketplace. But the logic was completely there. All about this was the 9:30 reversal, because volatility drivers should be giving you that protected swing. Notice how there's a lot of gas and movement and price here right after 9:30. That's what you want to be seeing. Price is not exhausted. It's willing to go higher. And then EQ is going to be the deciding factor of the day in whether or not we're going to continue higher into this original consolidation up here. And that is where this 5-minute CSD worked out. So you could have just entered off this wick or something if you didn't want to wait for the retest. But I didn't take this closure just because for a protected stop loss, the RR makes no sense. So this is where I was trying to get in, because still my stop loss wasn't protected, but I was willing to take this trade because I didn't want to see it retrace all the way back down here. So I would have taken my position off at the new day open, which would have been like, I think it was like 95 or something. So it would have been just a 2-hour trade, and then I would have held some runners for this, which would have got hit. But price didn't move much higher after that, I don't believe. Yeah, not too much higher. It did give it a nice little more push, but um, regardless, logic was there. Just something I have to get more comfortable with. But I hope this helped. The short was really nice. Ended up missing out on this trade, but if you guys have any questions, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.